know, sometimes in life, man, the hardest thing you can ever do is outgrow your old self. Think about it. Your old self is a version of you, right? But your new self, well, this is up to you to decide. A lot of people don't listen, but the hardest thing you can ever do, bro, is outgrow your old self. Just keeping it a bean, dog. Oh, now, y'all already know what time it is. Say, check me out, man. Before I start my video, bro, y'all already know what to do, man. Hit that like and hit that subscribe button. And when you hit the subscribe button, make sure you're hitting that bell notification also. Anytime I drop video, you be notified. Hey, Sarah Rocket, you can hop on. We can kick it and we can vibe. Understanding that today's topic is one of those topics that a lot of people really not gonna want to hear, because it ain't really got nothing to do with dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, my biggest thing growing up was outgrowing my old self. And within outgrowing your old self, it's a lot of things that come into play when you're trying to accomplish certain things, right? Old habits is one of the biggest things that can really stunt your growth, as the old folks would say. Old habits, and the crazy thing is, like, the fact that you know your old habits, you know what stopped you from, really stunting your growth. You know these things, and yet you still continue to do the same thing. And it's like you on a treadmill, you on a treadmill running. You see where you need to go, but yet you still in the same place, nowhere. So I think that's the biggest thing that, for me, you know what I'm saying? And when I speak on these things, I can only speak from my standpoint, because you have to understand, anytime I tell a story, anytime I talk, I went through these things. I'm not talking about something I don't know, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't talk about, like, really being in the streets like that, because, like, even though I was in the streets, I wasn't a part of no gang activity. I wasn't in the streets like that, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, bro, like, whatever you chose to do and whatever I chose to do was two different things, you know what I'm saying? So you can't judge me and be like, oh, he lying because he went in the streets like us, he went on drill team, woo woo. Hey, different strokes for different folks, you feel what I'm saying? We just had two different lives. Now, my biggest thing was really understanding my old habits that I had, and then admitting that I had the old habit, and then trying to figure out a game plan to change, which is probably, I'm not gonna sit up here and say, like, that's the hardest thing to do. But mentally, when you got that mindset, they're like, dang, bro, I can't do this, I can't do. Well, now you put yourself in a trap. You know what I'm saying? You put yourself in a trap, and it'll be hard to get out that trap. It'll be hard to know that you surrounding yourself with crabs in the bucket, and then you see the crabs in the bucket, you telling yourself, like, bro, this the reason why I'm struggling, or this and that, you know what I'm saying? And then instead of you trying to figure out a way to get out of the crabs in the bucket, you continue to stay in there. You know what I'm saying? Because you continue doing with your old habits and your old ways and your old patterns. I wanted to come in a little different with this one, because it's people out there who listen to me on a this type of note, you know what I'm saying, want some type of advice, some type of game. The best thing I can tell somebody, man, who really trying to change their life, sometimes the best thing you can ever do in life is isolate yourself. And sometimes whenever you like God, like, he tells us things in mysterious ways, right? So he's showing you the flaw in some of your friends. He's showing you the flaw in a boyfriend or a girlfriend. He's showing you the flaw in some family members. He's showing you the flaw in a job that you got. He's showing you flaws in, the way you living, you know what I'm saying? You've been shot a couple times. He's showing you all these flaws, but not one time have you put the dots together. And then at that point in time, he'll isolate you, right? He'll isolate you to really show you his power, and he isolating you so you can lean on him, right? So that's the biggest thing, isolation. All right, isolation, and really getting to know the man better. Right now, a lot of people, they wait till they get, like, 40, 50 before they want to really tap into that higher power, but I can't speak for other people. I can only speak for what I done been through in my life. You see what I'm saying? Now, I always went to church, right? I always went to church and stuff. And within me going to church, I understood certain things, but I really didn't fully understand it. You see what I'm saying? I really didn't fully understand the power of the Most High. Yes, he got me out that situation, which I thank God for that. He got me out that situation with an old girl who said I kidnapped and all word to her, whatever. But it wasn't until I got older where I really understood the grace and the mercy of the Most High. All right, because whenever I started doing the dope, all right, like low key, like I'll never say he put me in that situation. I put myself in that situation. You know what I'm saying? But within that situation, he opened up my eyes to a lot of things, and then he isolated me from everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that was my time. I started praying a lot more. You know, I started asking for guidance, knowledge, and wisdom. And I really just started to tap in with myself. You know, believing that one day I'll be able to stop doing dope. And it took a while, man. It took a while. It took a lot of trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? A lot of ups and downs, man. Like, that had to be like one of the worst times of my life, but also it was probably one of the greatest moments of my life, you know, as far as making it up out of it. You know what I'm saying? At that time when all that was going on, not one time have I changed my mindset and the things that I was doing. You know, when you rocking with certain people and you've been rocking with them for a long time, and then you go and tell them like, man, I want to change, bro, I want to, they already know your habits. Like, they know all your habits, bro, because they've been cooling with you for the longest. So they know your habits, they know your vices, they know what gets you off the edge, and they'll sabotage you because they don't want you to outgrow them. If that make any sense to anybody. When you with somebody like that, bro, that could be a home girl, homeboy, partner, you know what I'm saying, whatever, like family member, whatever. Whenever you try to tell somebody that, hey, bro, I'm finna do this, I'm finna do that, you know what I'm saying, wop in the third, right? And they end up sabotaging you, that's not a real friend, that's not a real family member, that's not a real partner, that's not a real nothing, you know what I'm saying? But it's easy to get caught up in that trap because they already know everything about you, fam. That's why the isolation portion is the most important, because if you isolate it, it's just you and the man above. So it's on you. You know what I'm saying? Understand that the old you is the old you. You can't change that. You can't change who this person was. And I'm talking about the past, the things that you've done, the things that you've seen. You know, you can't change that. This is not Click. This is not the movie Click with Adam Sandler. When you get the remote and then rewind back, and no, it don't work like that, fam. So the old you is the old you. But the new you, the person you want to be, the person you want to become, the person you have up in your mind, bro, it can be the greatest person ever in life. You know what I'm saying? But you have to, like, real deal, like, and get it, you know. But that's probably gonna be one of the hardest things that you will face. Change for a lot of people is something that they don't want to deal with when it comes down to themselves, people around them, their habits, right? A lot of people got drug habits. I had a drug habit, fam. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got drinking habits, all right? And when you do something for so long, and it impairs you. It impairs you. Which basically, I'm saying, like, you will do something for so long that you feel like if you don't have it, you're not complete. You're not complete at all, right? You smoke that gas every day. You go a couple days without smoking that gas, you mad, you bitter, you aggravated, you don't want nobody talking to you. You know what I'm saying? You upset at the world. You know what I'm saying? You drink every day, you stop drinking, your body hurting and shit. You feel like you got a headache. You know what I'm saying? You can't function. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things in this world that we choose as our vices that really take over. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you was a stick-up kid, you know what I'm saying? If you was a stick-up kid, you going out, you doing this, you doing that, you robbing. You You know what I'm saying? Like after a while, you was doing it to get money at first. Then that turned to, oh, this is addicting because I love the rush of it. I love the feel of it. I love the power I have behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like those are things that people not even really understanding that, boy, that's your vices. Those are things that it's like demons doing jumping jacks in your head. Demons double dutching in your head, telling you like, bro, go do this, bro, go slide on folk, go do this, bitch, go get high, go get drunk. You know what I'm saying? But then whenever you tell yourself like, nah, I'm good on that, instantly the voice get louder. Real talk. Like, and that's probably one of the hardest things you can deal with, when that voice get louder. When that voice get louder in your head, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's either you gonna go with your move or you not, right? Some people have a problem with, like, when you, like, you know, you get a little older. Some people have a problem with too much masturbation. That's low key, bro. I'm telling you what I know, fam. That's a vice. Like, every time you get around and you just by yourself, you always doing it. Every time. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? And like, you have to deal with these things head on instead of like running away from it. The worst thing you can ever do is mask a addiction with another addiction. That's the worst thing you could ever do in your life. This is what I mean, right? Because if you ain't never lived in that lifestyle, because a lot of people haven't. A lot of people, y'all used to just serve, right? You used to just serve the drugs to people. You know what I'm saying? And for the ones who done the drugs, if you ever like really done drugs, like, you understand what I'm about to say. All right. Now, it's this pill called Suboxone. No, let's just say that. Let's just say that Suboxone. You get hooked on the Suboxone, right? You so hooked on it, or no, scratch that, my fault. Let's say you get hooked on not the perks, okay, let's just say you get hooked on the Percocets, or you get hooked on the X pills, or you get hooked on ecstasy, anything. Let's say you get hooked on it, right? You so bad off on it. Next thing you know, you're gonna go to the methadone clinic. All right, they're gonna give your ass methadone. All right, let's say you was hooked on the Suboxone. All right, you on the Suboxone, you bad off, bitch. Then they send you to the methadone clinic. Now they got you hooked on methadone, right? So they took you off one drug and put you on another drug. Now you dependent on the methadone. Make that make sense, right? That's why I say sometimes the decisions we make in life could really make us, you feel me? Because in that situation, you was telling yourself, bro, I'm just trying to get, you know what I'm saying, like, clean off of this one drug. You went for help, and then they put you on another drug, fam. Methadone. Like, is you serious right now? So what kind of help is you really getting? Oh, wait, I said, sometimes you're going to get isolated in a situation. And when you get isolated in that situation, guess what you're going to do? You're going to start praying. But you know, when you pray, you know, he can tell the genuineness in your heart. I had went through it, boy. I'm talking about, I ain't know whether I was going to sink or swim. You know what I'm saying? But by the grace of God, I started swimming. And I made it up out that situation. See, anybody can have a story like I got. As far as, I was down and out, I got back up, I made it. But it's a lot of people that don't make it. It's a lot of people that have a story of, I didn't make it out. And those people are the people that I really be wanting to touch. Because when you hear something from somebody who done the same thing you done, lived the same life that you lived, you listen, you pay attention. That's why, like, a lot of these dudes, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of dudes who be on like No Jumper and you know, like just like really like be speaking about gang politics and stuff like that. Street dudes will listen to them before they listen to anybody else. If a dude had been to prison, if a dude committed violent acts, if a dude did this, if a dude did that, even civilians, street dudes, whatever, they'll listen to that person first before they listen to anybody else. Because in their eyes, they look at it like, well, this dude lived that life that you wanted to live. Either that you wanted to live or a life that you living right now. So it's interesting to you to hear about how he ran into somebody's house, you know what I'm saying, and pulled a stick-up kid move, you know what I'm saying, got jammed up, went to prison, you know what I'm saying, that he basically been in prison his whole life, and then he get out, and then when he get out, he's still a gang member, but he's changing his life, and he'll be talking about the same thing I'm talking about right now. But in your eyes, you will listen to what I'm saying, and to you, it's not valid or stamped, because I'm not that guy who was in the streets, who went to jail, who went to juvie, who did time in the pen, who did this, who did that. You'll just look at me and be like, oh, he just talking. But then it'll be so crazy to you to hear one of your favorite podcasters or whatever saying the same thing that I'm saying right now. You wouldn't be like, dang, that boy Keith was talking about that same thing. You wouldn't say that. You wouldn't. You occur what I say, and then as soon as this dude over here say something, the same thing I said, instantly, bro, he a real one, bro. He a real one, bro. Real talk. That's why I'm glad the Most High put me in this position right now. I'm glad that he took me through what he was going to take me through, and he made me stronger. You know, like I do this for people who actually will listen to the game. And my kids, because one day my kids will see this. Understand that the old you can't define the person that you is right now unless you doing the same thing that you was doing when it was the old you over here. Because even though over here was the old you, the new you over here need to be doing something way more powerful, way more promising in life, fam. If not, you're going to continue to be compared to this person over here every time. It'll never change. It took me 23 years to understand what I'm telling y'all. Okay? 23. And to be honest with you, I ain't figured everything out. I'm only talking about my experience that led me up to this moment right here. I'm only telling you about the things that I know and I witnessed and I seen about my life, what I done been through, my struggles, my ambitions, the reason I do this. All right, I've been on the road for a couple of days now, man, missing my family, but I know everything that I'm doing, it's a reason that I'm doing all this. And to be honest with you, it's all gonna pay off. You know what I'm saying? I'm really putting in that work. I'm really trying to take care of my family, man. Sometimes, like, I can't get on YouTube every day like a lot of these dudes who be getting on YouTube every day. But just know when I do get on, I'ma always drop a message, man. I'ma always give y'all what y'all want to hear every time. But today I wanted to do it a little bit different. Today I wanted people to really understand that never let the old you define the person that you are now. Try to be greater than that. Forget the stereotypes. Forget the narrative that they tried to paint against you. Go against the grain, man. You know what I'm saying? Be something that your kids can look up to. Try to build generational wealth. But all that starts with understanding what got you in the situation in the beginning. Understanding what's your vices, your addictions, your habits, and then fix it. But also understand that isolation is the best key when you want to see success. I'm just keeping it a bean. Look, man, one last for three things, man: guidance, knowledge, and wisdom. And if it ain't that, man, I already know what time it is with me over here. Till next time. Or now, man, I want to thank everybody who really just been tapped into me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been on the road for a couple of days, man. Just really been gathering my thoughts or whatever, you know. Just working hard, man. You know, ready to go see my kids and whatnot. Ready to see my wife, my family, man. You know. So I just really want to tap in with y'all, man. Give y'all a brief little message. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. You know, people need to understand that. You know, never let the old you define the person that you are right now. You know, but also understand and owning up to certain mistakes that you made in your life. It'll be the best thing for you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to preach, man. I'm just really here to spread this message and let everybody know that shit, anybody can change. Just it's up to you though, you feel me? Real talk. Like I always tell y'all, man, make sure y'all stay on y'all P's and Q's at all time, man. Make sure you keep your head on the swivel at all times, you know what I'm saying? And always keep your foot on their neck and keep applying pressure. And if they saying they can't breathe, man, we finna get them up out of here. Man, real talk. Real talk. You know, all in all, Key, that was a good message, man, you know. I feel like you really coming out your shell and you're really doing what God really wants you to do, you know. People might take it as a joke for right now, but after a while, man, they gonna respect what you doing, bro. Just keep going, man, and never let nobody tell you different. You feel what I'm saying? Shit, they watching you. We all watching you. Everybody listening to what you saying, even if you think they not. But just remember, don't never go back to that person that you was, Key. Cause that person that you was, it ain't the person you is now. Your kids will thank you later for this one, boy. Just keep it a bean, dog.